It's Wednesday, February 26, 2014. Welcome back to the second hour of Fire Your MD Now. I'm your host, Dr. Peter Glidden. I'm a licensed naturopathic physician, graduate of Bastyr University, 1991. And I bring 25 years of clinical experience to play here when we talk about alternatives to drugs and surgery. Let's go to Alabama right now and see what Uda is up to. Hey, Uda, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hey there, Dr. Glidden. Thank you so much for taking my call again. How are you today?
I am fabulous, but I'll get better. Thank you so much for calling. Aren't we the politest people in the house?
I got two questions, if I may, sir.
Sure.
I have a small benign meningioma in my head. And for the last 6 years, I was taking an MRI every 2 years.
Yeah.
It has not grown yet. And I heard on your show before that all of these tests may be not necessary and actually harmful. So I wanted your advice on that. My doctor wants me to do another MRI this year, and I don't have any issues. No symptoms, none whatsoever. That little tumor is just sitting there, very still.
Well, you want to ask your doctor what he or she is going to do if it gets bigger. You want to ask them, what are you going to do? Well, what's your strategy if you do another test and you find that the thing is growing, number one? And number two, is there anything that you can do besides an MRI or a CT scan to give me a heads up on this? How about a high-definition ultrasound? Or is there any blood work that shows an indication here? Now, that's the second question. And the third question is, if I let you give me another MRI and I get cancer from it in 5 years, and it's documented that MRIs cause cancer, if that information comes out, will you be willing to sign a legal document right now that lets me sue you for damages 5 years down the road? Ha!
Yeah.
See what your doctor says. See what he says.
Yeah, I'm sure I know what he's going to say.
Yeah, well then, so look, don't do it. So,
okay.
Now, so you're symptom-free, right?
Absolutely, yeah. None whatsoever.
Now, depending on the anatomical location of this, a high-definition ultrasound may be able to dial it in, and really that's the only diagnostic imaging test that I'm okay with, besides maybe a standard, just, a digital chest X-ray or a normal X-ray like a chiropractor uses. I'm not a fan of MRIs. I'm not a fan of CT scans. I think the potential costs far outweigh the benefits. And, honestly, all things being equal, what the heck does the MD need to know it's there for? Because they've got nothing for you. They've got nothing for it.
True. Yeah.
So it seems a little useless to me from a purely pragmatic point of view. So I wouldn't do it. Uda, if I were you, I'd stay the heck away from any more imaging.
Okay, number two question. Thank you so much. I thought that's what you were going to say to me. I had, years ago, I cannot pronounce the word right, but due to Barrett's esophagus and IBS and gastritis, what the doctors diagnosed me with, unfortunately, I did the surgery where they wrapped my stomach around the esophagus.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
And, that was something else. But that's, I'm doing good. The last test I had a couple of years ago, the doctor said to me, the Barrett's esophagus is gone. Yeah. And I've been on your program. I did mess up here a few weeks ago and fell off the wagon. And ate that. Yeah,
what happened? How did you mess up? What did you do and how did you feel?
Not very good. I'm still not feeling quite right. I got some stomach spasms. I ordered the Mackie Plus.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you about that because I take everything else, the enzymes, the Fluoro X, and, the whole program.
So, all right. It sounds like, and I'll dial this in for you. I'll talk to you all day, Uda. You're a very pleasant person to talk to. But let me ask you this specifically. When you messed up, what did you eat that wasn't good for you? How did you mess up? What did you do?
Okay. It started at work on the holidays with peanut butter pie.
Yeah.
And all the bad German chocolate.
Yeah.
That is, oh, God, I was so bad, Dr. Glidden. And Of course, I'm away from it. But here comes the but, be honest. Of course, I don't eat no fried food, no gluten, bread now. I love my gluten-free bread. But, it's still, I can tell that I guess it takes forever to get back out of the system.
Well, depending on your constitution, when you mess up, especially if you mess up with the grains, right, then it's going to take a longer or shorter time. I think that the surgery that they did is actually making it difficult for your body to recover in a timely fashion, right?
Yeah.
But you can't reverse that. Or, I mean, maybe you can reverse the surgery. Quite frankly, and I'll be honest with you, Uda, I've never even heard of that surgery before. It's very interesting to me that they would dream that one up. You want to ask the surgeon if they can reverse it. It's more money in the pocket of the surgeon. They're probably going to convince you not to do it. But if it could be reversed and if it's in the budget, any time now, I would go in and have them reverse it and put everything back where it was. Because remember, from our point of view, right, you don't get Barrett's esophagus or heartburn because you have a stomach.
Yeah.
That's what the MD thinks. They think it's because you have a stomach that this is happening, and it's nuts. It's nonsense. And so, are you doing the ultimate enzymes before a meal?
Yes, I do. I do the enzymes.
All right. Now, since you've been on our program, notwithstanding the time that, you fell off the wagon, but, I mean, how do you feel? How have you felt taking our stuff?
Oh, my God, awesome. I do got to tell you a couple of things about that. It's just, I was so bad at one point I couldn't work every day because I got up, I was in a fog, I felt bad, diarrhea, dizzy, wore out, everything. That all is totally, completely gone. And also, it's amazing. I really feel good. I also take the Ultimate Dailies.
Yeah.
And I can tell a big difference with those. Yeah. But I had a little cyst, Dr. Glidden, on my upper back, the size of a grape.
Yeah.
And the doctor actually wanted to cut it out. Now, this was last year. I totally forgot about it. Wanted to tell you this already the last time. But, some of the things where you get better, you forget that you had those.
Yeah.
But anyway, make a long story short, just one day I noticed it when I touched, my back, because it got so big you could actually see it kind of poking through my dress shirt at work. And all at once, it was not there anymore. I said, what in the world? Because he wanted to cut it out, and I had already an appointment for that.
And it's gone.
And it wasn't me. Yeah, it's totally gone. It was, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before the appointment, and I was just noticed it. I said, oh, my God, what in the world happened? So,
longevity is what happened, right? I mean, that's really great. See, this is the whole thing, Uda, and, you're a perfect testimony to the body's ability to fix itself. It's like a sailing boat. I used to do a lot of sailing when I was, a little boy. I grew up on an island off the East Coast. And sailboats are designed so that if they flip upside down, they flip up so they go right back up. If, it's a big enough sailboat and it's got a keel, if it flips upside down, it's going to flip back up right again. That's just the mechanics of it. It rights itself. Well, the human body does the same thing. The human body fixes itself if it has the raw materials that it needs to fix itself, and remarkable things can happen, right? Like, oh, my God, this big cyst, and the MD said, oh, holy smokes, you're going to die. You need that cut out, and then it goes away. You didn't even know it was going away because that's what the body does. The body works to optimize its structure and function all of the time. So I can only assume, and I don't have any research to back up what I'm about to say, but I have lots of clinical experience that would lead me to make the following conclusion. The same thing is happening to this hemangioma, that your body is fixing it to the ability that it's able to fix it. So I would just leave it the heck alone. Don't worry about it. Pay attention to your life and your signs and symptoms as you go down the road. And as long as you're feeling okay and everything's okay, then I would sleep comfortably at night. And
I do that, thank God. Thank God for that. Good sleep, I have been sleeping very, very well. So.
Well, Uda, you're the greatest. So, stay the heck away from the MRIs, but ask the doctor what he's going to do if it comes out in a couple of years from now that MRIs cause cancer. Ask him if there's going to be any financial remedy for you, and watch his eyes pop out of his head.
I'm going to do that, yeah. I will do that, trust me.
All right, Uda, you're the greatest.
Thank you so much for your time.
Call me back
Thank you so
anytime. It's my pleasure, Uda. You can call
Have a great
me
day.
anytime.
Thank you,
Thank you. I will. Don't you just love that? Your body's ability to fix itself is greater than anybody has led you to believe. This happens all of the time. Same thing happened with a person I was treating years and years ago. He had a kidney stone. And it was a big kidney stone. And it was so big that the MDs wanted, of course, guess what, to operate. Now, there's no reason to operate on a kidney stone. There's no reason to do it whatsoever. But long story short, he was scheduled for surgery. But he was on vacation first, and he'd paid for a timeshare about a year in advance. He'd already bought the plane tickets, and it was not a life-threatening thing. So he put the surgery off for like 6 or 8 weeks. Right before he left on the trip, he came and saw me and said, "Hey, Doc, I've got this kidney stone. The MDs want to operate. I'm going on vacation. Is there anything I can do to strengthen my body so I'll breeze through the surgery?" So I put him on a program, but I didn't just put him on a program to strengthen his body. I put him on a program to help eliminate the kidney stone. And guess what happened? He eliminated the kidney stone, didn't even know that he eliminated the kidney stone, came back from vacation and went in for a pre-operation prep. They did an ultrasound. The kidney stone was gone. Didn't need the surgery, and that's the power of the human body to fix itself. Stick around. Back. It's the second hour, Wednesday, February 26th, and we're going to talk to Kathy now, who has the great misfortune of living in a state, the initials of which are MD. Oh, my God. Welcome aboard, Kathy. You are live.
Yeah. We also have Hopkins. Yoo-hoo.
Johns Hopkins. Oh, my God.
Yeah, all the almighty, prestigious Hopkins. Okay, well, I called you from the hospital, remember? I was your first person.
Yeah, you were. I do remember you now. You're alive. Hallelujah.
Yes, and they didn't operate. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I gotta love it. Yeah.
But they kept me there for 3 days because they couldn't get my heart back in rhythm.
Yeah.
And finally, it went back in rhythm probably after I prayed.
Yeah.
But I got out. And then when I went to the doctor for a follow-up, my heart's still out of rhythm.
Okay.
And he put me on amiodarone. I had been on Multoc, which is apparently a newer drug that they isolated some of the side effects from amiodarone out of it, and at least the doctor that saw me in the hospital was a reasonable guy, because I said, the doctor came rushing into me and said, "I got this new drug, I'm going to put you on it." I said, "No, I don't want to be on a new drug, because I don't want to be guinea pig." You know, has it been tested for 20 years? All night, think about it.
Right.
Well, he put me on it anyway, and I was on it for like at least 3 years, and things were going along well, and I thought because I've been rebuilding my discs in my neck. I know that I have, because I can turn my head with it out. It's sounding like gravel, and everything. And I've been taking the glucogel. I take the Healthy Start Pack with the. I changed it over to Healthy Start Pack because it was cheaper that way, because I was still ordering all the pills, and I'm sitting here, but they're giving me. And this is what I'm angry. I don't want to be taking medicine. It messes you up. I know it's messing up my minerals. I couldn't wait to get home. I was 6 days away from the hospital, away from my nutrients, you know?
Yeah, I know. All right, so look, well, from the proper perspective, everything makes sense. And remember, it's not the drug, it's how it's used. It's not the gun, it's how it's used. So in the population at large, with people who don't know anything about the 10 bad foods, people who don't know anything about the 90 essential nutrients, when they take drugs to suppress symptoms,
right,
they're suppressing symptoms, driving the root cause of the illness deeper into the body and burning through their nutrient reserves all that faster. When somebody is on longevity, and they're good with their diet, and they're taking all the right supplements appropriate for their body weight every day, when those people use drugs, and that's you, I'm talking about you, it's a beneficial thing because, sometimes you need to put the cast on the bone to let it heal. Sometimes you need the crutch. You need it for a little while the body is coming back. Now, you were having strong and persistent subjective symptoms. Your energy was in the crapper. You could hardly breathe from all of the heart stuff, right?
Right. And I lost 20 pounds in 6 days because of all the Lasix they gave me, and it was the fluid because my legs are now skinny.
Yeah. All right. So there's no harm and no foul in taking the drugs for 2 months, 4 months, 8 months, whatever you need, while you're giving the medical nutrition more time to kick in. And I got to tell you, this is the hardest part. You are representing the hardest part of holistic medical nutrition, because at a certain point in time, your improvement appears to not be happening. But it is happening behind the scenes. Your body is fixing itself. Things are working themselves out. It's fixing itself. Things are working themselves out. But it's too small to notice subjectively. So the only thing that I can recommend that you do, Kathy, well, there's 2 things that I can recommend that you do. Well, 3 things. Number 1, if I were you, I would make sure you would switch from the glucogel capsules to the glucogel liquid and do the glucogel plus liquid. Stop taking the capsules and do the glucogel plus liquid. Use up the ones that you've got, the capsules that you've got, and when you're at the end, switch over to the glucogel plus liquid. That will help the absorption ratio, number 1. Number 2, if you're
how taking... How much fat do I take in place of 15, or how many should I be taking?
Well, it's one bottle. 1 bottle per 50 pounds per month. 1 bottle per 50 pounds per month. So I would do 3 bottles a month because you're in the weeds, right? Stick around. Hard break. I'll come back to you after these messages. Stick around, folks. This is Fire Your MD Now. We're coming over the hill, ladies and gentlemen, as fast as we can to support and promote your body's ability to recover its health. And we're talking to Kathy from Maryland, who has escaped from the hospital with her life. She's alive. She's alive, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Kathy, so what's your current body weight?
It's now 200.
All right,
exactly.
So it would be 4 bottles of liquid glucogel a month. 4.
Liquid glucogel, okay.
And it's the liquid glucogel plus. Make sure it says plus on it, okay?
Plus, okay.
Glucogel plus. Now, I want you to, if you're taking the powdered OsteoFX, I want you to stop that, and I want you to switch it to the Beyond OsteoFX liquid or the Cal Toddy. I don't care which one, either one.
Yeah, I go back and forth. What I do is I order like a 2.0, and then I order back up to, I get usually I do Ultimate Classic and the liquid calcium. All
right, so don't do all right, so good. I don't want you doing the powdered calcium anymore, okay? 0.
Okay, so I just ordered it.
Well, you can send it back when it comes. You get a 30-day money-back refund and just switch it out for something else. Or if you call the company soon enough before it ships, they'll just change the order for you. But you have to call, someone live. So just call Longevity as soon as we hang up and see if they've already shipped it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And also, they're trying to get me to take potassium because I'm taking Lasix, and it's called 10-MEQ. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, 10 milliequivalents of potassium. That's okay. That's not a bad idea.
Well, your body needs...
take it. Your body needs massive amounts of potassium every day.
Oh, so it's not a problem.
No,
because with Ultimate Dailies, I'm taking 6 of them a day, and I'm getting 720 milligrams of potassium. And in the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine, either one of them, it's around 100 or 175 milligrams of potassium. And
then you're good. You don't need to take it.
That's what I figure.
Yeah, no, you don't need to take it.
I'm taking tons of potassium.
Yes,
I also told my doctor, because he wants me, he has me on Xarelto, and it was $5 a pill. I said, I'm not going to be paying $5 a pill. And he says, well, maybe your insurance isn't any good. I said, well, listen, let me tell you, I take 9 omegas a day, and they thin the blood. He says, only for certain kinds of heart, I don't know. And I said, are you familiar with the fact that, let's just say in a chiropractor office, they have a sheet that shows you the whole backbone, and there's each part of the back has something to do with certain parts of the body, just like, at the feet, And I said, the first 3 discs, it says, heart, heart, heart. Are you aware of that? And he goes, I'm a heart doctor. What would I know about that? I thought, that's what I'm saying. No, nothing.
Wow, it's crazy. Now, so one more thing that you would benefit from if you haven't done it already, because remember, you're kind of in this gray area now with your recovery, where, things are getting better, not enough gravel in your neck, but not as much as there was before, but not enough to make the heart beat normally again. So if you haven't done it already, Kathy, find a chiropractor who has a spinal decompression table.
He uses a vibrator on me, and
no. This is like, Remember, where in the medieval days they'd put people on the rack? Remember that?
Are you talking about those things that go upside down?
No, well, yes, but I don't want you to be going upside down, but not all the way. Do you have one of those at your house?
No, I don't. Somebody told me I should get one, but
no. Good chiropractors. Well, I don't know, good chiropractors, bad chiropractors. Some chiropractors have a machine. It's called a spinal decompression table. It's very sophisticated equipment. You lie on it, they strap your ankles into it, and they put things up underneath your shoulder, and it gently, with the emphasis on gently, ever so gently lengthens your spine, stretches you out. And it's very sophisticated equipment. I wish I knew a chiropractor in this area that had one. It's a very beneficial thing, especially for somebody in your case to do it. And you might get lucky. Your insurance may even pay for it. It's called a spinal decompression table. See if you can find a chiropractor in your neck of the woods who has it and go there for some treatment. So that's what I want you to do. And don't worry about the drugs. You need a little extra support, right? We need the cast on the bone. We need the crutches right now for a couple of months. I'm good with that over the short term while we're waiting for the medical nutrition to kick in. I think the liquid glucogel here is going to be a significant thing for you. And if you can find somebody to do spinal decompression, even better. I'm glad that you're alive, Kathy. I'm glad that you made it out of there without having to go under the scalpel. Call me back every couple of weeks with an update, and I will look forward to it. How about that, friends? She said that Kathy was the first person ever to call me live from the hospital. She was in the hospital, called me up, and if that isn't dedication, I just don't know what is. From Maryland to Connecticut, we're staying on the East Coast right now. Let's talk to Emily and see what's happening in Connecticut. Hey, Emily, thanks for the phone call. You are live. Emily, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can, Emily. Yeah, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm
I have
good.
a quick question about high blood pressure and rheumatoid arthritis. It's a friend of mine who's suffering from both of those, and currently he's on Metrotrix. That's the medication that they have him on, and he's not getting any benefit. So I was wondering if you can recommend a treatment, a longevity plan for him.
Well, the condition is rheumatoid arthritis and what else? High blood pressure?
Yeah.
Well, from our point of view, these two conditions are different arms of the same octopus. And that when you trace it all the way back to the root cause, it's a calcium and a magnesium deficiency. From when the joints start to go south, it's not because you have a bad rheumatoid arthritis gene, or you have a voodoo curse. It's because your joints have run out of the nutrition they need to remain structurally sound. And the main cause of a high blood pressure event is not enough calcium and magnesium. So the two things are connected. I would be very surprised, given the presentation of these two symptoms in one body in an extreme fashion, if this person also wasn't suffering from other low-grade calcium deficiencies, so here's the list. I want you to just ask this person if he's, oh, by the way, are you bothered by this? Are you bothered by this? And are you bothered by this? Number one, heartburn. Ask him if he has heartburn on and off, or whether it's persistent. Number two, chronic low back pain. And number three, restless legs at night in bed, and or an inability to fall asleep when he's in bed. It's hard to fall asleep with or without restless legs, low-grade heartburn, and chronic low back pain. All of those are also examples of calcium deficiencies, and I'm going to bet you 25 cents he suffers from one or more of those, but he just didn't tell you because he thinks it's just life and they have to suffer through it. So what we do when we're up against this type of a situation is provide the body with nutrition that it needs to support its cardiovascular system for the blood pressure and its musculoskeletal system for the arthritic thing, and that's just a prudent and wise things to do. This is not a high blood pressure treatment. This is not a rheumatoid arthritis treatment. It's medical nutrition designed to support the body's ability to optimize its structure and function. So the and it's 2 for 1 with this guy. He gets lucky. So the recommendation would be 1 healthy bone and joint pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 healthy bone and joint pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 bottle of selenium, SELEN like Nancy, IUM, 1 bottle of selenium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And 1 bottle of Beyond Osteo FX. Beyond Osteo FX a month. That's liquid calcium. That's an extra bottle of liquid calcium because there's already 1 in the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, but I want him to take 1 extra for 3 months. So that's the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack and selenium and an extra bottle of Beyond Osteo FX every month for 3 months, plus your friend and you and me and your mother and your father and your brother and your sister and everybody in your family and everybody on planet Earth needs to stop eating the 10 bad foods. That's mandatory. If this person,
Doctor, is there some place on your website I can find out? Because I haven't heard the 10 bad foods yet.
Yeah, it's free and it's easy. So just visit the front page of the website, fireyourmdnow.com.
Okay.
Make sure you put the now in there, fireyourmdnow.com. And on the right sidebar, there's a little tab where you can sign up for my free newsletter. And all we need is your email address, and we don't sell the emails. We keep everything in-house. And once you sign up for my free newsletter, then you get a list of the good food, bad food, plus access to a video that explains why. So check it out. It's right there on the front page. And I got to tell you the truth, Emily, if with no supplementation, 0 supplements, just stopping the 10 bad foods, you're going to notice a difference, and it's going to be within 14 days. And so will everybody. The majority of people who just do the dietary change feel a remarkable difference. And then when they add the medical nutrition on top of it, holy smokes, it's like, their mood gets better, their energy gets better, their appetite gets better, their weight gets better, their sleep gets better, their joints get better, everything brightens up. And it is a whole new day. Hey, Emily, how'd you hear about us, by the way?
I actually found Dr. Wallet on YouTube, and I just kind of been following longevity, and then I came across you, through the longevity sites, like just looking on YouTube. Usually they group like the light.
Yeah. So are you a longevity distributor already? Have you already ordered longevity products?
I'm going to order them.
All right, so do it through my website.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to go to your website. I really believe in these products. I think you're awesome. And I'm really excited about getting on board because it just kind of like makes total sense. Like nutrition.
I
medicine,
know, right?
It's like a no-brainer. It's like, and I'm
just
like so excited. So I'm trying to convince my family to, that this is it.
Well, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, and the best way to convince the family is just to take the plunge, do it yourself, and then prove by example, lead by example. Right? Because when they see what happens to you, then they're going to say, holy smokes, what the heck is going on here? Maybe I really should smarten up and listen to Emily, right? So, and because you're you're not involved with any Longevity Network yet, you can become a member of my Longevity Network. And if you become a member of my Longevity Network, there's a lot of perks that go along for that. So on the website, Fire Your MD Now, click on the link that says, I'm going to pull it up right here, right now, because it changes all of the time. There's a link right there on the top of the page which says Join Team Glidden. Click on the link that says Join Team Glidden and just follow the instructions. And that way you'll get the nutritional supplements at the wholesale price.
Right.
And if you decide to become a longevity distributor, you will get coaching from my team as to how to build your longevity business with speed and efficiency. And that, Emily, beats a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. I look forward to seeing you online in the future. Keep up the good work and call me anytime. You're welcome. Finishing up when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, stick around. Welcome back, everybody. Finishing up today's show, 26th day of February 2014. And guess what? We are trending on GCNlive.com more than the Alex Jones Show at this moment in time. Trending more on GCNlive.com than the Alex Jones Show. How about that? It's all because of you, my listeners. Keep it up. Spread the word. The truth will out. All you have to do is tell the truth and then tell the truth again and point. And this is what we are up to every single solitary weekday from 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time right here at GCN Live. Let's finish it out in South Carolina today with Ned, who I think has a question about Alzheimer's. Hey, Ned, thanks for waiting. You are live.
Hello, Dr. Glidden.
What's going on, Ned?
I started back with Doc in 1997, and I'm working with a fellow now that's got a real stubborn case of Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And Doc had me put him on the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack about 4 months ago. But the case is real stubborn, and we're not seeing a whole lot of progress yet. And I wanted to know, one on this item is, are there any herbs in Doc's products that we could add to the Brain and Heart Pack?
Well, yeah, there's a couple. There's a lot we can do, Ned. And I don't know what you've done historically besides the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, right? But the deal here, from our point of view, first of all, you can't diagnose Alzheimer's until someone's dead and you open their brain up and you do an autopsy. That's the only time you can definitively diagnose Alzheimer's. And there are a number of different types of dementia which are similar to Alzheimer's, but which are not Alzheimer's. So for anybody to say while they're alive that they have Alzheimer's, that's just ridiculous. Well, maybe you do, or maybe you don't. So another thing that's mandatory when anybody is dealing with cognitive difficulties like this are large doses of B vitamins, especially B1, thiamine, B like baby vitamins. So I would give him the D-Stress. Have you done that? Have you given him the D-Stress or the Ultimate Daily Capsules?
No D-Stress yet. I have another situation I want to ask you about, so don't run out of time on me.
Well, all right, so I'll be real quick then. So add the D-Stress to the program. D-Stress.
D-Stress.
Right? The D-Stress.
Add D-Stress.
Yeah, and a product called Renew IQ. Renew IQ. That's a powder. Okay. It's in the back office.
Okay,
that's what I would do. De-stress and Renew IQ, plus, of course, a diet extremely high in cholesterol.
Okay, all right. My next situation I'm working with is a 30-year-old young lady, weighs 150 pounds. She's having panic attacks.
Yeah.
Now, these can be disruptive panic attacks, and the family is really at a loss for some help on this.
Most of the time, panic attacks of this extreme nature are a result of chronic undiagnosed calcium and magnesium deficiencies. It's a runaway calcium deficiency. So the recommendation for her is simple and straightforward. It's the Healthy Start Pack, the original Healthy Start Pack, not the 2.0. The original Healthy Start Pack with the liquid Beyond Osteo FX per body weight. One extra bottle of Beyond Osteo FX liquid per month, right? So you do the Healthy Start Pack, one Healthy Start Pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and then add one extra bottle of Beyond Osteo FX, and, of course, the De-Stress, D like David Stress. Now, the De-Stress isn't going to do anything ostensibly to support and promote the body's ability to not have an anxiety attack, but it's going to help the body deal with the anxiety attacks, because when you're having an anxiety attack, you burn right through your B vitamins like nobody's business. So we need to replenish those for a couple of months in extremity, or in extremis. So the Healthy Start Pack, extra liquid calcium, and the De-Stress. One bottle of De-Stress per 200 pounds per month. And listen, man, I don't need to tell you this, Ned, but I'm going to anyway. Everybody needs to eliminate the 10 bad foods. That's mandatory. Everybody needs to eliminate the 10 bad foods. Godspeed. Thanks for the support. Let us know what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, for insiders only, atrial fibrillations worldwide health webinar. God willing and the creek don't rise, I'll be back in the saddle tomorrow.